start a new topic that is all about bounds. Yes, Behran, can you please tell me anything if you have any idea about bounds?
So it's basically upper bounds and lower bounds.
We have upper bounds and lower bounds, okay. And the other one? Yes, Fatima.
So they are the maximum and minimum values that maximum and minimum number that you can have before rounding it off.
Yeah, the maximum and the minimum value of the bird card could be before it was rounding off. Yes, and the other one? Yes, and the other one have the idea?
No, sir.
All right, so basically the Fatma gives us the exact definition. The bounds is basically we have two types of bounds, the upper bound and lower bound. The upper bound means or the maximum. For upper bound you have maximum value and for lower bound you have
Minimum value.
minimum value. A number could have been before it rounded. Obviously when you have to be round off, obviously you have an error. Let's say I have to understand the bounds with the diagram. For example, if I'm just going to be making a rod here, this is the rod. Let's say the length of the rod is 5 centimeter. Okay, obviously, for example, if you are going to be weighing you are going to be weighing any physical quantity, there is always a small mistake. There is always a small error in which, okay. Obviously, if you have measure it 5 centimeter, it may be a little bit more or it may be a little bit less. Means, for example, if you have to measure it, it is a rod, you have to measure it, it is 5 centimeter. If you have to measure with any more precise scale, it may be it is 5.01 centimeter or it may be 4.98 centimeter, right? Means the length can be a little bit more, means the length of this rod can be, let's say, 5.2 or it can be 4.8. All right. Means when you are going to measure the values, it can be a little bit less or it can be a little bit more. So how much it can, that is known as the upper bound, and the minimum value that you can, that is known as the lower bound. So the maximum value that you will get here, that is known as the upper bound,
Upper bound.
or the minimum value that you can be get here,
Lower bound.
that is known as lower bound. Means the length of the rod can be 5.2 or it can be 4.8. For example, if you are going to be go for a shop and you are just going to be purchase some chips like something like Lays like this. So if you have to purchase it, if you have to look it carefully, it is going to be written there. It is 20 gram plus minus 5 grams. Right? For example, if you are going to be taking a bigger packet, let's say it is 100 gram plus minus 5 grams. So obviously, when they are going to be packed the Lay's packets or any chips packets, so in the the mass can be 105 and it can be 95 grams. Obviously, when you are going to pack it, it doesn't mean that it is going to be exactly 100 gram. It can be a little bit more or it can be a little bit less. Yes, I want it is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Taha. Yes, Taha, are you here?
Yes, sir.
So, in simple words, basically, bounds is basically an error. We are just going to talk about error. For example, look at here. I have to say that it is 5 grams, so it is going to be plus 5 and minus 5. So the whole error is basically 10 grams.
Yes, sir.
The whole error is going to be 10 grams in this one. So obviously, when he is going to be say that you have to be round off or you have to find the upper bound and the lower bound, and it is going to be near to 10 gram. So what you have to do, you have to divide it by 2. You are going to be get 5. You have to be plus 5 in the main equation and minus 5 in the main equation. Let's see how to do the example. Obviously, it is going to be more clear. Just a minute. I will take an example. Just 1 minute. All right, now look at here. Anil has some sweets with a mass of 600 grams to nearest 10 grams. Nearest 10 grams means it can be a little bit more, so you have to divide it by 2. Means it can be plus 5 grams, means 605 grams, or it can be minus 5 grams, means it is going to be 595. Okay, if it is going to be always you have a given value nearest to 10 grams, sometimes he is going to be getting to nearest gram, so you have to 1 divided by 2, like all of these things. So he says that you have to find the lower bound. Yes, for lower bound we have to we add the values or subtract the value.
Subtract.
So 600 minus 5, you are going to be get 595 grams. So the lower bound of the sweets will be 590.
5.
Yes, everybody it is clear.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Do add one more example. Okay, now look at here. An empty box has a mass of 0.8 kg, correct to nearest 0.1. So I'm going to divide it by 2 because it can be more, it can be less. So that will be equal to 0. It will be equal to 0.05
0.05.
kilograms. So these you have to plus and minus 0.05. Always label it the value with the question. It is going to be there. He says that you have to find the lower bound. So again, lower bound we have to subtract the value. So 0.8 minus 0.05. Yes, that will be equal to
0.75. Yes.
0.75 kilogram. Yes, everyone. Any question?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Here it is just
No, sir.
about the concept that what is bound. Obviously, when we are going to be do the question of the bounds, so we are going to be deal with the 4 type of cases. The first one in which you are going to be adding 2 quantities. The second one you are going to be subtracting the 2 quantities. Third one you are going to be multiply, and the fourth one you are going to be divide the 2 quantities. And obviously we don't know, maybe he says that you have to find the upper bound of the final value or the lower bound of the final value. So we are going to be divided into 4 cases. We have the case of addition and multiplication is going to be same. And we have the case of subtraction and division is going to be same. Obviously, we will do some questions, so it is going to be more clear what I'm talking about. Addition, multiplication, subtraction, and division. These you have two quantities. He says that you have to be add them and tell me the upper bound of the value. So if you have to find the upper bound of the value, you will take the upper bound of the first value plus the upper bound of the second value or second quantity. Clear? In the same way, if you need to find the lower bound of the value or the quantity, you need to be take the lower bound of the first quantity as well as you need to be take the lower bound of second quantity. It is exactly same in the multiplication. If you need to be find the upper bound and the case is multiplication, so you will take the upper bound of first quantity and the upper bound of second quantity, and for the lower bound, you will take the lower bound of first quantity and the lower bound of second quantity. So this is for addition and multiplication. But it is if it is a case of subtraction, you have to find the lower upper bound of the value. You are going to be take the upper bound of the first quantity minus lower bound of the second one. In the same way, if you need to be find the lower bound, lower quantity, so you have to take the lower bound of first quantity minus upper bound of second quantity. So these
Sir,
they
what
are
is the first one of subtraction for upper bound?
yeah. For subtraction, we are going to be find the upper bound of the value. For example, look at here. I have to take a rod here. I will take another rod. Okay. I'm just going to be asked you about what is the difference between the length. Let's say it is 3 centimeter. Okay, so I have to take it as plus minus 0.2. In the same way, I'm just going to be take it 0 plus minus 0.2 as well. I have to be asked you what is the difference between the length. So obviously, what we will do, the bigger quantity minus smaller quantity, right?
Yes, sir.
In this case, if you need to be find the upper bound of the value, so upper bound minus lower bound. If you need to be find lower bound minus upper bound. Okay, we will do the question, so it is going to be more clear. The third one, the fourth one is the same as if you have to find the upper bound of the quantity, same as you have upper bound divided by lower bound, or you can write it as like this, divided by lower bound. In the same way, if you need to be find lower bound, so lower bound divided by upper bound. Yes, everyone, you have to memorize these formulas, okay? Now,
Yes,
this
sir.
will be for the
Yes,
question.
sir.
So it is going to be clear that what does mean of all of these questions. Just a minute. Okay, this is the first part I have already done. In the very first part, what we have to do, it is 110 grams, so divided by 2, that will be 5 grams. It will be plus 5 minus 5. We have to find the lower bound. We have 600 minus 5, that will be 595. Now, look for the next part. He says that Anil sells a sweet in a small portion. Each portion have a mass of 25 grams. Each portion have a mass of 25 grams.
5.
Okay. Correct to nearest 1 gram. So 1 divided by 2, that will be equal to 0.5 grams.
5 grams.
Plus minus 0.5. He says 10% of sweets. Calculate the lower bound of the mass of the sweet is going to be remaining. Okay. How much? First of all, forgot it about the bounds. Just find the basic formula. We have to find the
Lower bound of the mass.
So forget it about bounds. Just simple formula. You have to find the remaining sweets. That's it. So remaining sweets is going to be equal to the total mass of the sweets, right? Minus you have to sell the 10 portions of 25 grams. So 10 multiplied by, or we can say that mass of 10 portions. So obviously, if you have to be subtract the mass of 10 portions from the total mass, you are going to be get the remaining mass. The statement is clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Behran, Fatima, Taha.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Now, if you have to look it carefully, tell me it is the case of addition, subtraction, multiplication, division.
Subtraction.
Clearly,
Subtraction.
when you have to write a general formula, you are going to be get the idea. It is the case of subtraction. When it is the case of subtraction, and we need to be find the
Lower bound.
lower bound. So we are going to take the lower bound of the first value and the upper bound of second value. Look at here. You have to find the lower bound, take the lower bound of the first value and the upper bound of second value. I'm going to take the lower bound of the first value and the upper bound of second value. Now, total mass is, yes, Taha?
Sorry, sir. Can you explain again? I don't get it.
You have did not get the lower bound thing or simple general formula.
Yeah, the general formula.
Okay, basically it's basically a simple general math. You have total 600 grams sweets, okay, and you are going to
Yes.
be baking a pack of 25 grams, and you are going to be baking a 10 parts, be 10 packets, okay. So obviously simple. If you have to find the remaining mass, so 10 multiplied by 25, that will be
250.
250. So 250 grams you have to be used. So what is the remaining? Just subtract it
Uh,
from the total.
350, if I'm not wrong. 350.
Why it will be 350?
250 minus 600 is 350.
No, 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 no. Multiply. It is 25 multiply by 10, that is 250. And 600 minus 250, that will be, yeah, the final
350.
answer will be 350. Okay. So I'm going to be used, all right, this in general form. The remaining sweet is equal to the total mass minus the mass of these 10 portions. Obviously, when you are going to be subtracted from the total mass, you will get the remaining sweets.
Oh, okay, I understand now. Thank you.
And after that, I have to go for the lower bound. We need to be find the lower bound. So we'll take the lower bound of the first value and the upper bound of the second value. So simply, what is the lower bound? That is 600 minus
600
5.
minus 5.
I already found it, but I'm just going to be write a complete word. Minus mass of 10 portions. So obviously, it is going to be 10 multiplied by what is the mass of one portion? That is
25.
25. We need to be take upper bound. So plus 0.5. We need the upper bound. So obviously we have to add them. Here we need a lower bound, so we have to subtract them. Just everyone, it is clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir,
Yes.
can you repeat? Sir, can you repeat?
In this one, look at here. The general formula is clear for you.
Yeah.
The total mass, you need to be find the lower bound. How you will find it? 600 minus 5, you will get 595. It is clear?
Yeah. Yeah.
In the same way, the mass of 10 portions. So obviously, the mass of 10 portions is basically 10 multiplied by mass of one portion, right?
Yeah.
And mass of one portion is,
25
and you need to be take a
upper bound. So
upper
you add
bound.
5.
So
Okay.
25 plus 0.5.
5.
Yes, please subtract it. Obviously, it is 595 minus 10 into 25.5. Yes, please find the final value.
$340.
That is 340. Yes, any other one, please confirm the answer. 340.
Grams.
Yes, any other one, please confirm the answer. Yes, Taha, Miran, please confirm
Yes,
the answer.
sir.
Yes, yes, the same.
That one? Yes, Miran.
Sir, after we subtract 10 from 595, then we have to, then what do you have to do?
We have multiply by 10 and subtract it from 595.
Okay, sir.
Well, algebra, simple numbers. All right, now let's see how to go for the next one. Okay. Now we have the second question. He says that an empty box has a mass of 0.8 kg nearest to 0.1 gram. So what we have to do, first of all, we are going to divide it by 2.
Divided by 2.
That would be 0.05 kilo
5 kg.
plus minus 0.05. So write down the lower bound for the mass of the empty box. Yes, what it is?
Minus 0.8 minus
0.8
0.05.
That will be
0.75.
0.75. This is the same question that I had to take first. Now look for the next one. The box is filled with the box. The total mass of the box and the box is 6 kg. Correct to nearest 1 kilogram. Nearest kilogram is nearest 1 kilogram. So 1 divided by 2, that will be 0.5 kilogram.
0.5.
So plus minus 0.5 kilogram. You must have to be write these values because look at here. Here you have 0.05. Here you have 0.5. So you have to write the values with the given value. Okay, you have to calculate the mass of the books. You have to calculate the mass of the books. Yes, first of all, can anyone tell me what is the general formula? How we can find the mass of the books? The total mass is equal to
Minus.
mass of the box and
Sir,
mass of
it will be
So subtraction.
yes.
yes, sir.
First of all, I'm going to write a simple formula. Total mass is equal to mass
Total
box plus
Minus.
mass of books, right? It is given here.
yes, sir.
What we have to find? We need to find the
be-
mass of
Book
books. So take the value on the other side. So it will be total mass minus mass of books will be equal to the mass of books. We are going to take a mass of books here will be equal to mass of books. Yes, everybody, it is clear.
Yes, sir.
yes,
Obviously, these are the things don't have a specific formula. It's a general, simple, general math. You have the mass of two things. You have to find a third one, and the total mass is given, and that's it. Okay. Now, clearly, it is a case of
Subtraction.
subtraction, and we need to be find the
Lower
Lower
bound.
means we are going to take the lower bound of the first value
and the upper bound of second
and the
value.
upper bound of the second value. So, what is the total mass?
sir. How do we know which one is the first and the second?
We have to find the mass of the books, right? So obviously, how you will get the mass of books? From total mass minus mass of books,
Yes,
not
sir.
from mass of books minus total mass.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So, sir, when we say first, we mean the order in which they're written.
So obviously, the order is going to be better here. So if you are going to be take the mass of the books is first and total mass is going to be after, so you are going to be getting a negative value.
Yes, sir.
So obviously, the mass of the books will never be negative. So in this case, in the addition and subtraction, you always subtracting the smaller value from the bigger one. So that's why first of all I have to write a general formula, and then I will take it on there. Okay, now we lower bound and upper bound. So total mass, a lower bound of total value, total mass, that is 6.
6 kg.
Lower bound. What is the lower bound?
Minus 0.5.
6 minus
5.5.
0.5. Minus as it is. Next, mass of the box. Mass of the empty box is given.
0.8.
We have to take the upper bound.
0.8 plus 0.05
0.05.
0.8
plus
plus
0.05.
0.05. So you will get the value. Yes, please, for the value.
0.85. Oh, wait, sorry. Wait, let me calculate.
Sir, 4.65.
4
Yes, 4.65.
4.65.
Yes.
And everything is going to be in kilograms, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
4.65.
So this is the mass of books, and we have to find the lower bound. Yes, I'm going. It's clear how we are going to be doing these questions?
Yes, sir.
sir.
Okay. Let's see how to go for the next one. Yes, Rabia, please read the question.
At an athletics event, Dave and Ed each threw a javelin. Dave threw 60 meters correct to the nearest 10 meters, and Ed threw 61 meters correct to the nearest meter. Write
Okay,
down the lower bound for
Here
the
is going to give you two values. One is nearest 10 meters, so divided by 2, that will be
5.
5 meters. So plus, minus. Here nearest meter, so 1 divided by 2, that will be 0.5
5.
meters. So plus, minus 0.5. Right. Yes, Tahur. Read the A part.
Okay, sir. Write down the lower bound for the distance thrown by Dave.
Yes, what is the lower bound?
So we're going to minus 60 minus 5 meters,
C
which
minus,
would be 55
that will be 55.
meters.
Yes, it is clear?
Yes, sir.
Fatima, read the next one.
Calculate the greatest possible difference between the distance thrown by Dave and distance thrown by Ed.
Okay, the greatest possible difference means he's talking
Upper
about
bound.
upper
Upper
bound.
bound.
But first of all, just forget it about it. We have to find the difference. How we can find the difference?
Subtract.
Subtraction.
We need to find the difference. From which value we are going to be subtracting from which one?
Upper, upper value?
Obviously,
Upper bound minus
Dave
lower
and
bound.
Eddie.
It will be Ed first minus Dave.
Yeah.
Yes, can you tell me which value we have to take? We have to take 60
Bigger.
or Eddie.
Sir, Ed.
Let's see how to take it.
Yes, sir.
Now, in this one, you are going to be getting a negative value. Check it. We are going to be taking at minus Dave. Now we need to be find the upper bound. So we'll take the upper bound of the first
Upper
value
bound
and the
minus
lower bound of the second value. Yes, add is upper bound
61 plus
plus
0.5.
0.5
61.5.
minus
55, which we've already found.
60 minus
61, 5.
5. Yes, the final answer is
6.5.
6.5.
Yes, sir. 6.5 meters.
Yes, everyone, it is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Taha.
Yes, sir, clear.
All right. So let's see how to go for the formulas. And I hope it is going to be clear why I have to write if you need to be find the upper bounds, upper bound plus upper bound. If you need to be find the lower bound, so lower bound minus upper bound. In division case, you have to find the upper bound, that will be equal to upper bound divided by lower bound. Yes, Taha?
Sir, in which case we will use multiplication or division?
Obviously, it depends on the question. We did not done any question which we have to use a division case or
The
multiplication.
question will directly tell you to use
No,
multiplication or
no. It's mostly the questions are going to be simply general questions. Look at here. We have done this question. We have to find the difference between the throw of the two persons. Obviously, it is not any specific topic, just a simple general math. Look at here. Here we are going to find the total mass of the box. It is not. It's a simple general thing. In the same way, we have to do it about the sweets. That is also the general one. Means you have total mass, you have to subtracting the packets, and that's it. 1 second, I will take a case another one in which maybe it is division or subtraction, multiplication. That's we have to look for. Yes. Yes, Tahad, you have to read it.
the time taken to run a race is given as 50.43 seconds. Correct to the nearest 0.1 of a second.
That will be 0.05, right?
0.
Divided by 2 plus minus 0.05. So find the lower bound for the time taken. Yes, lower bound is 54.3 minus 0.05. That will be
54.25.
4.25.
yes, Tahur, you have any question? 54.25.
No, sir.
25.
This answer same.
Yes, Meran, please read the B part.
The distance run is given as d meters, correct to the nearest meter. Write down an expression in terms of d for the maximum possible average speed in meters per second.
Now, look at here. Here is going to be give you a question from the kinematics. Can anyone tell me the speed is equal to?
Distance
Distance
over
divided
time.
by time.
Divided by time.
Speed is equal to
Distance divided by time.
distance divided by time. Yes, Taha, it is answer of your question. Look at here. He just gives you the condition. So automatically you have to check that it is a division case. All right, Taha?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Obviously, it is not going to be tell you directly that it is a multiplication case or division. You have to be check them. Okay, now we have to find the speed. And we have to find the maximum possible average. Yes, whereon
Yes, sir.
the possible average speed means
Upper bound.
upper bound. Yes, Tahur. We have to take the which value we have to
Upper
take?
bound, lower bound.
Upper
Upper
bound.
bound,
Lower bound.
and you will take the lower bound of the time. Okay, now look at here. The d is the meters, nearest 1 meter. So 1 divided by 2, that will be 0.5 meters. So plus minus 0.5. Obviously, we don't have the exact value of d. So that will be equal to distance upper bound. Yes, what is the distance of the upper bound, Rabia?
Sir, it will be d plus 0.5.
D plus 0.5 divided by, yes, Tahur, Lower bound of time.
54.3 minus 0.05.
Yeah, 54.3 minus 0.05. That we already find it. That is 24.25 meter per second. All right, so let's have to be look for the case of, yes, I have to look for a case of multiplication as well. Just a minute. Where it is.
Sir, if we solve this, like if we divide it and solve it, whatever answer we get, will we get marks for that, or we have to write this t plus?
Sorry, say it again.
Sir, I'm asking, do we have to write this d plus 0.5 divided by 54.25, or if we divide it, like we just take 0.5 divided by
Yeah,
54.25?
if you want to be divided, you can, but obviously this is a simplified form. There is no need to be simplified more. It is
Okay.
already simplified. If you want to be simplified more, you can, but this is already simplified. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Means you want to be right at d divided by 54.25 plus 0.5 divided by 54.25. So both are the simplified forms. But obviously that one you are expanding. So this is a better option. You have to leave the answer up to here. All right, so now we have the next one. Yes, Rabia, please read the question.
Yes, sir. The length of a side of a square is given in d centimeters, correct to the nearest 10 centimeter. Find an expression in terms of d for the upper bound of the perimeter of the square.
Upper bound of perimeter, okay. We have to
Yes.
find upper bound. It is a square. So obviously it is a square. It is going to be just look like this. And
So
it is
first
d.
we'll move upper bound
It is
and then
d.
add
It is
it.
d. It is d, right?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
So we have to. What is the perimeter of a square?
2
Adding up.
into side square.
I'm talking about perimeter, not area.
Sir, d raised to
4
power.
multiplied by length, and
Yeah,
that is,
4 multiplied by 10.
let's say I have to write 4 multiplied by length because it is a square. And for example, if it is a rectangle, so we have to write 2 into length plus
Width.
width. Okay, so the question was we have to be find the upper bound. We need to be find the upper bound of this value. So obviously I will take the, yes, tell me, it is a case of multiplication or addition?
Multiplication.
Multiplication. Yes, any other one?
Yes, sir. Multiplication.
Multiplication. Yes, Taha.
Not sure, sir.
Yes, Fatma.
Sir, I didn't get this question.
Yes, Ravya.
Sir, multiplication.
It is a square, right?
Yes, sir.
And we need to be find the perimeter. And what is perimeter? The sum of all sides, right?
Yeah.
Length plus length plus length.
Yes, sir.
So it is a case of multiplication.
So, sir, we can also write it like 4 times L, so it will be multiplication.
4 times L. 4 is not a quantity. 4 is a just scalar number. We have to
I mean, we can write L times.
multiply. 4 is not a quantity.
Sir, I meant we can write L raised to the power 4.
I don't know. Obviously, when we have to add them, so we have to add the coefficients. All right.
Yeah,
So it's a
it'll
case
be
of addition.
Yes,
Got
sir.
Yeah.
Got it.
Look at here. This is the case of addition. All right. So you have to be understand the situation. It is the case of addition. This 4 is basically a scalar number that is simply multiplying. So obviously it is not going to be change anything. We have to find the upper bound. So we'll take the upper bound of the values of the length. All right, so 4 multiplied by the length is d plus 5. If you want to multiply 4 inside the bracket, you can. Otherwise, this is final answer. Yes, everybody, it is clear?
Yes, sir.
So why?
Yes.
Yes, Fatma?
So why did you add 5?
Obviously, we have to take the upper bound. So the upper bound is d plus 5 because it is nearest to 10 centimeter. So 10 divided by 2, that will be 5.
Yeah, but wait.
1 second. If I'm going to be write it like this, 1 second. The length plus length plus length, right?
Yeah.
So obviously, we are going to be take the upper bound of the first value, upper bound of the second value, upper bound of the third value, upper bound of fourth
Fourth one.
value when we are going to find the perimeter and we are finding the upper bound. So what it is this? Upper bound d plus 5,
Yeah.
d plus 5, d plus 5, d plus 5, and d plus 5, right?
Yeah.
So if you have to add them, it will be d plus d plus d plus d, that is 4d, 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, that is 20, 4d plus 20. Basically,
Okay.
when the scalar number is multiplying, that shows the addition. How many times the number is going to be adding? Okay.
Yeah, sir.
Look at here the lower bound of the area. First of all, tell me the area is simply equal to
Side square.
side square or length multiplied by width. I just write length multiplied by width. That is going to be easier for you. So we have to be find the lower bound. So I will take the lower bound of the first value and the lower bound of second value, right?
Yes, sir.
And if well, the length and the width is going to be same. So yes, the length is d plus 5 or minus 5?
Minus 5.
Because d to take the minus d minus 5. And obviously it is
Yes.
also same d minus 5. So you will get d minus 5 whole square. If you want to be open the square, you can. Otherwise, there is no need to be open the square. Yes, it is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I think up to here we have done all of these cases. So basically, these are not the hard questions. They are going to be very simple. You just have to memorize these cases first of all. And second one, he's going to just give you a general math questions, and maybe sometimes he is going to be just give you like these questions in which you have using a speed formula or any other one. Maybe sometimes he's going to be use some mensuration concept there or some trigonometric concept there. Look at here, he is going to be use the geometric concept, perimeter and area. So you have to be just write the general formula first. And after that, you have to be realize that it is addition case, subtraction case, multiplication case, or division. You have just going to be 4 cases are going to be coming like that. So you have to be recognize the case, and after that, you have to be write the value. And obviously, it is not difficult to find the upper bound and lower bound. For upper bound, just add them. For lower bound, you have to be subtract the values. Yes, everyone. Any question up to here?
No, sir.
No, sir.
You have to memorize just on these 4 formulas. The whole bound is going to be according to paper point of view. This is your whole bounds.